Well, hello there, and welcome to another episode of The Plants. Today, I've taken out the 6-foot ladder because I want to show you canna lilies. This canna lily is a giant. Let's see. The tip of the flower? The tip of the flower is at 10 feet. Canna musifolia. Musifolio? Musa something or another. Oh my gosh, I love it. So, first of all, I just want to say that all of my canna lilies in my garden, I acquired from Horn Canna Company. If you go on the internet to Cannas, CANNAS.net, you can find them. Now this is a giant. This is a beast. It's amazing. I love it. The neat thing about cannas is, though, they come in a variety of sizes. You have dwarf, medium, tall, giant, as well as they come in a variety of flower colors. And if my editing skills are good, right over here, you will see a variety of the colors that I have in my yard. And then the other really kind of cool thing about a canna lily, the foliage. The foliage comes in a variety of options. And again, if my editing skills are working, here's some examples of the foliage of the cannas in my garden. I love cannas. So growing cannas, they love full sun. You want to water them, not overwater, just, regular watering. Give them some full sun. I fertilize a little bit in the spring, something a little higher in the nitrogen side because it's all leafy. And then you want to make sure they're planted in a good draining soil. If you're in zone 7 or better, they can overwinter in the ground. When you do that, though, just be aware of your climate and your area. I live in the Pacific Northwest. It rains a lot in the winter. Cannas don't like to be overly soggy, overly wet. So not only do I mulch a little bit, because those rhizomes, oh my gosh, the rhizomes, when you see a rhizome come from Canna or Horn Canna Company, they're big, they're juicy, they're just bursting, wanting to live. But you don't want those to freeze. So if you're in an area where it freezes below 4 to 6 inches into the ground, you're going to want to lift those up and store them. And there's the easiest way is just to store them, in the garage, in a shed, in your greenhouse, somewhere where it doesn't freeze. You can also grow these in a pot. Again, just don't overwater them if they're in a pot. So anyway, back to overwintering. So if you're in a zone where you can leave them in the ground, you're going to want to, for your best chances of having great looking cannas year after year, make sure in the fall, I let a hard frost hit them to knock them down, and then I chop them at the ground, and then I chop up what's left because there's so much plant material here. I chop that and use that as a mulch layer, and then depending on where that is, I may add a little extra mulch in the way of straw or leaves, something of that nature. A couple inches, 2 to 4 inches or so. And then because I live in an area where it rains a lot, I will oftentimes put a tarp over that area, something to help mitigate how much water comes through so it's not sitting in water as I'm building up that area. And then the other thing, when it comes to propagating a canna, the best thing is to split the rhizomes. So if you're leaving them in the ground, it's recommended about every 2, maybe 3 years in the spring, dig down and cut out some of those rhizomes so that you can share with friends, spread into other areas, but more importantly, so you don't create this great big old conglomerate of rhizome right there that will start competing with itself and hindering the growth of your canna lily. So there you have it. That's canna lilies. Don't go away. I want to show you the new canna that I got this spring. It's a vintage heirloom canna. You need to see the flowers on that one. So if I remember what I've done, I have shown you foliage. We've talked about the different heights, and we've talked about flower color. So I will first of all give you a quick little, just a snippet reel, if you will, of some of the different canna areas I have. And then we're going to end that with a talk about this year's purchase. Amazing canna. Gotta get one of those. Okay, I'll be right back. You won't even know I've left. Okay, so here we are going into my new acquisition this year, Canna Lilly. This is a vintage heirloom canna. Look at those flowers. They just look amazing. Another taller growing canna. Now the one thing to note, if you're getting an Lilly, they are difficult to come by because they don't travel well. They don't transplant well. And according to Horn Canna Company, they do not overwinter well if you're in a zone that requires you to lift them out of the ground. So, so only those of us in zone 7 or better probably get to enjoy these. So there you have it. Get yourself some cannas, add them to a pot in your patio, add them to your garden. Great foliage, great tropical look. Until next time, happy gardening.